Did Kissy survive the fall? Do you really think Huggy Wuggy was the one knocking on the door at the end? Who actually attacked Kissy? Was it the prototype looking for us? Well, what I'm about to reveal will completely change your view of Poppy Playtime. So guys, as I mentioned in this video, we're going to clear up a lot of mysteries in Poppy Playtime. These theories will absolutely blow your mind. Buckle up for this journey, and whatever you do, don't skip the video. Everything I say is important. If you miss anything, you won't understand the full picture, so watch till the end.
Hey, GlimmerByte, where's our burnt toast? Isn't he coming back? Guys, please, I'm your cute little Huggy, right? The one who makes Poppy Playtime so interesting. If I wasn't in Chapter 1, it would have been boring. So please, guys, comment down below to bring our burnt toast back. You'll see some roasting battles, too. Oh, and by the way, if you're new here, you must get to know us. I'm Cracker, or you can call me Cracked Egg. And this here is GlimmerByte. He has many names, but I like to call him Crispy Noodles. And of course, our burnt toast is Catnap. If you haven't yet, check out our past videos for some awesome Poppy Playtime theories and an insane fight between me and Burnt Toast. And if you're wondering why we have these names, you definitely need to watch the Catnap video.
All right, that's enough, Cracker. Okay, guys. And also, 97.6% of you are watching but not subscribing. Why not? We've got Huggy, we've got Catnap, and we bring you these awesome theories after spending hours researching. And yet, you guys aren't even hitting the like button. Only a few of you do.
Yes, guys. If you love me, you're Huggy Wuggy, the one who left you in suspense at the end of Chapter 4, making you wonder what happens in Chapter 5, then please subscribe. It's super simple, completely free, and helps us bring more amazing videos to you. Also, smash that like button. It gives us the energy to keep making these epic videos for you. I'm telling you, you're Huggy, you're Cracker.
All right, Cracker, now let's move on to the main topic. So first, let's clear a major doubt. Was it the prototype who was looking for us? The answer is very simple. It was the prototype. But how do we know this for sure? Let's break it down. If you look at the legs of that creature, or rather its shadow, you'll notice they match the shrine that Catnap built for the prototype. The legs are exactly the same, and Catnap didn't just create some random figure. He made an exact replica of the prototype. We also know that Catnap have seen the prototype. But that's not all. After we reach safe haven with Kissy and Poppy, Doughy runs up to us saying, "What's going on?" When he sees Kissy injured, he asks, "What happened?" Poppy immediately responds, "We need to get her help. Now!" This means Poppy is telling Doughy that Kissy is hurt and needs urgent medical attention. Then, Doughy quietly asks Poppy, "Poppy, is this really?" Then says, "Right. Take her to one of the beds. I'll check the defenses, see if something's still outside." And that's when Poppy drops the big reveal. Not just something, it's him. He's out there. Doughy then snaps at Poppy. "You brought him down," but quickly cuts himself off, saying, "We'll talk about this later. For now, I'll make sure out there is where he stays." So how does all this connect to the prototype? It's simple. When Doughy says, "I'll check if something's still outside," Poppy immediately corrects him. Not something, it's him. This him and he's clearly refer to the prototype. There are no other large, physically present enemies in this situation. And Doughy shouting, "You brought him down," confirms that if the prototype is nearby, he poses a serious threat to safe haven. Doughy is a powerful character, so he wouldn't be this worried if it were just a minor enemy. His reaction confirms that the prototype is the danger lurking outside. Later, when we retrieve the Omni Hand and return to safe haven, we find Poppy and Doughy in the generator room. Suddenly, Ollie calls us saying, "He is outside." Then Poppy urgently tells Doughy, "You need to distract him, Doughy. Please, keep him away from here." Doughy hesitates. "Without the generator," but Poppy cuts him off, saying, "I know, but he can't get in here. Not now. Just buy us some time." She then reassures him, "We'll work the generator. Trust me, Doey." And Doey, understanding the importance of the generator, responds, "Please, just work the generator." Then he heads off to distract the prototype. Why is this so important? Because the generator is the only thing the prototype can't control. That's why Poppy and Doey prioritize it so much. Now let's connect the final dots. When Ollie says, "He is outside," he is referring to the prototype. Poppy then begs Doey to keep the prototype away from safe haven. Doey leaves to distract him. But how do we know for sure that all these he and him references mean the prototype? The answer comes right after we fix the generator, plant the explosive, and leave the cave. Doey catches us and says, "The prototype. I lost track of him in the tunnels." With just that one line, it's confirmed, 10,000%, that the prototype was the one looking for us from the very beginning. He was the one outside when Ollie called us. But wait, now that we've seen all of Poppy Playtime Chapter 4, we know that Ollie is actually the prototype. So why did the prototype himself say he is outside, as if referring to someone else? That seems confusing, right? Well, don't worry. It's all part of his plan. We'll discuss that in detail later. And if you're curious about the exact conversation between the prototype and Poppy, since it was super confusing, just click here to watch that breakdown. I explain everything clearly, along with some insane theories, so don't miss it. So now, we definitely know that the figure at the beginning was the prototype. So who actually attacked Kissy? The answer is quite simple. It was the prototype, the figure we saw. But how can we be sure? Let's break it down. When we were moving through the factory, Kissy suddenly pulled us into hiding. This means she and Poppy were already hiding from something. Now that we know the figure we saw was the prototype, it's clear that they were hiding from him. Before, in the starting of Chapter 4, when we were descending in the lift with Poppy, she mentioned she was going to save Kissy and told us to move forward without waiting for her. The next time we see them, both Poppy and Kissy are already in hiding together. This strongly suggests that Poppy managed to save Kissy from the prototype before they hid. But here's the big question. How could tiny Poppy save Kissy from the massive and powerful prototype? We don't have the exact answer yet, but we do hear Kissy's screams while moving through the factory. This could indicate that the prototype was experimenting on her, given that he collects body parts to enhance himself. While we don't know exactly how Poppy intervened, the evidence points to the prototype being the one who attacked Kissy. Now that we've put the pieces together, it's clear the prototype was the one who went after Kissy. Was it really Huggy knocking at the door in Chapter 4? At first glance, this seems like an easy question. Of course, it was Huggy. If you have eyes, you can clearly see that, right? Well, not so fast. There's actually more to this than meets the eye. Think back to what else was happening while Huggy was knocking on the door. The red smoke. That's right, the same red smoke that caused hallucinations in Chapter 3, making us see Nightmare Huggy. This smoke is produced by poppy flowers, which were growing in the garden right outside our room. So, considering this, we can break it down into 3 possible theories. Theory 1, it was actually Huggy. If this is true, then the answer is simple. Huggy really was there, and we saw him exactly as he was. If you believe this theory, I highly recommend checking out this video where I explain in detail how Huggy got there and what happens next. Theory 2. It was actually Kissy Missy, the mind-blowing one. This one is a bit shocking, but hear me out. When we first peeked outside the room, we saw something pink approaching. Naturally, we assumed it was Kissy Missy. But as it got closer, it looked like Huggy instead. Many people say this was just because of the pink lighting, but what if there's more to it? Let's connect this to the moment at the end when Kissy tries to save us. When the prototype destroyed the ground, she reached out, but her arm was already damaged, and she couldn't hold on. Both us and her severed arm fell down. After that, we never saw her again. So here's what might have happened. After falling, Kissy somehow survived and started searching for us. She eventually reached our room and ran towards the door to help us. But because of the red, smoke-induced hallucinations, we saw her as Huggy instead of Kissy. I know this is hard to believe, but it actually makes a lot of sense, and it also means Kissy survived. Theory 3. It was just a hallucination. The final possibility? There was no Huggy, no Kissy, nothing at all. This theory suggests that the red smoke made us imagine the entire thing. If this is true, then what really happened to Kissy? There are 3 possible answers. 1. The prototype captured her. 2. She died from the fall. 3. She survived, but we don't know how. I won't go too deep into this for now, but if you want me to explore what actually happened to Kissy, just comment down below. Also, let me know which theory you believe. I'm really curious to hear your thoughts. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this thrilling journey of uncovering some insane Poppy Playtime theories. And hey, if you're still confused about why Poppy said those things to us in the Chapter 4 ending and what her words really meant, just click here to watch that breakdown. Trust me, you need to see it to fully understand the story.
Hey guys, and don't forget to check out those videos I recommended, especially the catnap theory. You're gonna be shocked when you hear what's in that one. Oh, and speaking of surprises, you'll also get to see an insane roasting battle between me and Catnap, or should I say, cracked egg and burnt toast. And also, make sure to comment number bring back burnt toast to resurrect our fallen friend.
All right, guys, before you go, don't forget to smash that like button.
Hit that subscribe button too.
And make sure to ring the bell icon so you never miss an update.